Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. I urge the governing class to form a committee of intermediaries so they don't have to discuss things with me man to man, face to face, some kind of meeting themselves. We can do it that way too if you want, but I urge you to form a committee, preferably with soft-spoken, attractive females, and some guys can be there too, but the females should take the lead for the purpose of it going more smoothly. Be easier. It's easier for me to talk to them, what have you, to try to discuss what's going on, to try to come to some kind of, I'm not going to use the word agreement. I almost want to use that word, but some kind of, come to some kind of conclusion, some kind of closure. Okay, as the world transitions to hell, there's nothing anyone can do about that. It's stupid to expect me to do what you tell me to do. And on this trajectory, one way or another, your fumes, your poisons, you'll have caused my death, and you'll have harassed me to no avail with no counter-argument for it not being in your best interest or your offspring's best interest. Just for some stupid rules that some kind of gay cultist or something made up a long time ago or whatever. It's very foolish. I have vested interest with the entire world and the offspring of whoever's going to reproduce for you to correct your mistake. We have vested interest in you all correcting your mistakes. Maybe it requires swallowing your pride, maybe it doesn't. But we have that vested interest. I'm always going to put God first. My requirements will always be the same. And again, I urge you to make the wise decision. No matter how angry you are at me, no matter how long you feel that I've broken your rules or anything like that, you need to think about the bottom line. The bottom line, what is the best thing for society, for you, and for your offspring? If you're not going to think about God and I first and foremost, at least think about that. Bottom line. And all decisions have to do with mitigating risks. Do you throw your kid off a cliff because you don't want him to be kidnapped and tortured when you have no reason to believe he'll be kidnapped and tortured? So therefore, all decisions have to do with what is logical, what might happen and why. And we're talking about the smartest person that ever lived who knows for sure that there's a God and eternal punishment telling you that you should mitigate the risk by not persecuting him. And how many times weirdos say, he said that before, that doesn't matter. Bottom line, 1 + 1 still equals 2. When you don't mitigate this risk, if that's what you're going to do, man, was it fucking retarded for you to make that choice. No matter what, your decisions are dumb, but okay. There's dumb, there's dumber, and there's dumbest. And then there's the dumbest of all time, then there's even worse than that. And that's what you're toying with. Making the dumbest decision of all time in a way that's worse than you've already made it. And you've already done, rather. Or whatever the fucking grammar is. You know what the fuck I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? That's where the situation is. And I'm being fumed right now and making it harder for me to speak. Okay? And none of you believe that that means that people shouldn't listen to me or that what I'm saying magically isn't true? Or for example, you would let me recover and you have someone accept my top martial arts challenge. If that was the case, but they would lose. And the die is cast. Because even before I went blind, I was saying the same thing in 2016, 17. Before I was blinded at the end of 2017. Saying the same things in 2009. Hell, in 1999. When the wisest people that ever lived, you can see things that they've said, if you can find them. Okay, those of them who have things that you can find, that they said that, are wise. And you can see that they agree with me, not with you. So what does the evidence tell you? The evidence tells you to listen to the wisest people that ever lived. Not people who just are yes men for you. Not for the parts in you that are failing the most, the parts in your brain and your being that tell you to keep messing up, but to listen to the wisest people that ever lived. Again, I urge you, and I urge you, and I urge you to start the discussions. Let's try to mitigate the risk of more punishment for eternity for you people. Let's try to reduce it. And of course, I can't stress enough that I know for sure that there's a God, and that justice and the ideas of justice and the spirit of justice existed before this planet existed. Thank you.